Come out of the box.
Hello YouTube, cheers, and welcome to The Basement. My name is Bruce Lively.
And I'm D-Boy Slim.
And The Basement is the first daily hip-hop debate show. From Tuesday through Friday, we tackle the most intriguing topics in hip-hop culture and the world around it. Today, we're talking hip-hop on the big screen. From Busta Rhymes to Will Smith to Queen Latifah, we've seen hip-hop artists in our favorite movies. But we want to remember the movies specifically about hip-hop itself. Now, there are more than you might think, and many of them are recognized by such organizations as the Sundance Film Festival and even the Academy Awards. So we decided to debate which is our favorite hip-hop movie of all time, and it's going to be a fun one. Now, with that being said, let's go.
So today, me and Bruce, we decided to debate best hip-hop movie ever made.
Ever.
It took me a few minutes to think about that one. I had a few in my head, and I didn't want to leave out any. And for that reason alone, I'm going to tell you the few that I did leave out before I tell you the one that I picked as my all-time best hip-hop movie. And the ones that were left out that's worth honorably mentioning.
Honorable mentions.
What started everything off. And that's Crush Groove. Ooh. Crush Groove, if y'all remember, told the actual story of how it all unfolded. As far as Russell Simmons, Rick Rubin, LL Cool J, Curtis Blow, the Fat Boys, and Run DMC. It told those stories at a time when they were trying to get hip-hop in the door. Hip-hop maybe, Russell Simmons may have gotten one foot in the door and they were trying to, break the door down. So, Crush Groove. And I didn't want to leave out 8 Mile because that was a serious hip-hop movie.
8 Mile.
Very serious. It took me back to a time in my life coming up as a teenager, and that's all we did was eat, sleep, and breathe hip-hop. Freestyling in the car and going to different contests, and so on and so forth.
Let's not forget the soundtrack. Lose Yourself was actually
classic.
One of the chart-topping soundtracks.
That's a classic.
Doesn't happen all the time, y'all.
So, salute. But for me, best hip-hop movie, where the movie was actually the plot and everything was based around hip-hop. My best hip-hop movie of all time has to be South Side Zone. 50.
Out with it, man.
You gotta keep them on the edge of their chair. Yes, Curtis Jackson, y'all. 50 Cent, the Get Rich or Die Trying movie.
Get Rich or Die Trying.
Now, all of y'all have your own different opinion and perspective.
Okay.
Maybe a difference of opinion and perspective, and that's okay and cool. That's why we have this platform. But let me give you a few reasons as to why this was the best movie for me. 1, 50 Cent. Why 50 Cent? First of all, he depicted his life. So let's pause there. But 50 I was impressed with because to my knowledge, I think this was his first movie, but like I said, the movie depicted his life and bringing to light his real life was something that I thought was epic anyway. The story was epic. The story was big, which is probably why the album Get Rich or Die Trying went diamond and sold over 10 million albums. The story was epic. And then bringing it to light, I thought was done a lot of justice. You had actors, excellent actors, as a matter of fact, in that movie. When you speak about Terrence Howard, who y'all know was also in another hip hop movie, Hustle and Flow, and is one of the biggest hip hop television shows on TV now, and that's Empire. So he had Terrence Howard early on, and that was big to see those two with the chemistry and everything. And like I said, the story is what grabs me. I'm not gonna hold y'all. Like, the story is what grabs me. You know, from him, his mother first of all, and how he was raised and upbringing. His mother hustling, sending him over there to his grandmother's house or whatever, and to his mother eventually getting killed and murdered or whatever, unknowingly to him, as to who or why it happened. And then him growing up just knowing that he loved hip-hop music, and that being his dream and that being his focus, other than the fact that his mother was killed and murdered and he never really knew his father. So all that driving him and propelling him to be what he, eventually became. And you see, all of the losses and the bumps and bruises he had to go through to get where he eventually ended up. And so, like I said, for that, it was done, and it was portrayed right on the screen. It was, and obviously with that, 50 leading, he wasn't gonna get his own story wrong. But
okay.
And the soundtrack, you mentioned soundtrack earlier. The soundtrack to that was real official. I want the finer things in my life, so I hustle. Yeah. Real official. That sold a couple million along, with everything else that he was putting out musically at that time. But for me, it's Get Rich or Die Trying, 50 Cent.
Oh man, you know what? I like that story. It's a good story. I think the movie, for being basically an independent movie, was well shot, looked good on the screen, good writing. Of course, it was about his life, and you can't go wrong with Get Rich or Die Trying, the album, being put on screen, because I think the album was great. But speaking of soundtracks, there's one movie that has a even more classic soundtrack than 8 Miles did. They had songs such as No Vaseline, songs such as Fuck the Police.
Classic.
Straight Outta Compton, y'all. Straight Outta Compton, another great song. Now, that movie has to be, hands down, the best hip-hop movie. For the first reason is my personal opinion. My personal opinion is that when I was growing up listening to hip-hop, and all of you guys who know the stories and who've seen the NWA rise and fall, who saw the unraveling of the crew and the beefs between Ice Cube and Eazy-E, and who saw Dre become who he's become, and wanted to know where he started. We all got it off the news, we got it off hearsay. For the first time, we actually got to see it on screen for ourselves. Granted, it's from the point of view of the writers, but just being able to see the documentary, if you will, and the gravity of what that meant to hip-hop, it already was gonna take the cake. But then we talk about the esteemed director, F. Gary Gray. F. Gary Gray turned that story that we wanted to see into a well-directed, well-written, entertaining, and Academy Award nominated movie. To see a hip-hop movie about hip-hop. I remember back in the day, we were wondering if hip-hop would ever become pop, or popular, literally. We were wondering if people will ever give it a chance. I remember when they did Run DMC, Walk This Way, with Aerosmith. And it was a big deal because hip-hop wasn't seen as a real thing yet. To the point where now a movie about hip-hop and one of the pioneer groups in hip-hop, NWA, is nominated for an Oscar, hands down, takes the cake for me. It also won another 25 awards with 39 nominations. Let me just give you guys a few. I don't want to go too hard on it. Outstanding Motion Picture Award, Image Awards. Okay? It also won Best Movie for the BET Awards. And of course nominated for Best Writing and Original Screenplay by the Academy Awards. These are big deals, people. These are big deals. The acting was outstanding. Of course, we know. Not for nothing, but O'Shea Jackson Jr., you know who that is, Ice Cube's son, played him to a T. It's one thing being his son, but as my man mentioned off air, Slim told me, it's easy to say, yeah, he's someone's son and he looks like him, but to get his mannerisms, the way he spoke, his little laugh and his little corner smile that he did right on time, you thought you was watching Ice Cube. And that's something that he learned to do, because we find out that he actually took acting lessons and he had to prepare for that role. He wasn't giving it to him because of nepotism. He didn't just get it because Ice Cube was his pops. He auditioned, played him to a T, and won that role. On the other hand, I respect Eazy-E's son. And he wasn't happy that he wasn't casted for that role, but I think that they did the right thing, because the guy who did play Eazy-E, outstanding. I believe his name was Corey Hawkins. Outstanding. So, outstanding acting, outstanding writing, Oscar nomination, plus 25 other awards. I think it's pretty easy to see who the winner is here. Straight Outta Compton, best hip-hop movie of all time. Write it down.
Yeah. I hear you.
Are you listening though?
I hear you. But again, you're the cast full of rookies and Ice Cube's son. So,
Well, the Academy Award thought it was pretty good.
I'm not mad at that. But like I said, you can't go wrong with Get Rich or Die Trying. But you bring some strong points, because I enjoy Straight Outta Compton myself. Yeah, I gotta give the edge to Fifth. And like I said, Mr. Terrence Howard, the loose cannon running around. It was raw to me.
Could it be because we like the album so much, Get Rich or Die Trying? The story and
I think maybe because that may be the only difference in my mind. I think because it's more current, I tend to identify with that more. Yeah. But they're both quality movies. You have a good point, Bruce. This is one odd day y'all to see me say, Bruce has good points.
Is this conceding the win? Is that what this is?
I don't know about that. We'll let the people decide that.
People decide. NWA's Straight Outta Compton or 50 Cent, Get Rich or Die Trying. It was a gritty, grimy, raw movie. I have a feeling that because 50 Cent is from Queens.
Well, I don't know.
That's why. But honestly, it was a good movie. Both of them are good. What do you think? Leave it right down there in the comments. You know what we do. Try to provide entertaining debates, but we want you to become a part of the debate. Don't forget things like Brown Sugar. We can't forget movies like Brown Sugar.
No doubt.
You understand? So give us some more. Give us the honorable mentions, or who won the debate. I don't know. You tell us. Anyway, straight to the shout outs.
Who we got?
We're gonna shout out a lot of people today. Steve Paris, you already know what's up. We ain't gonna even read it. Dejan Bell, Jeremy Davis, Sharon Hawkins, Shan Clyburn, Mr. Bluis 01. And I wanted to mention this specifically, Gamer Girl, right? About Nicki and the Remy debate. She said, why compare the two? This is why hip-hop world would never be the same, because there is no room for others. You see all the male rappers, but see only like 3 female rappers that are women. Oh no, I'm sorry, 3 rappers that are women, because there's no room for them. I agree.
Fact.
I agree. We didn't mention in the last show but she sent this a long time ago. And I just wanted to make sure that Gamer Girl, thank you for what you said. And we want to remind people. I mean, if you got a daughter that loves to rap, nurture that. Bring them up. We want to see more of the feminine. We want to see more of the feminine in this art. It's getting over-masculated anyway. People getting shot up for no reason. I think we need to get more of the feminine in this thing anyway. Brett Peachy. Go ahead. I'll let you say it, man.
Brett Peachy. He's making a lot of sense.
He's making a lot of sense, is he?
Although from a debate perspective, D-Boy Slim totally won the debate. Good discussion though, Bruce.
He was talking about the Tech 9.
And that's talking about the Tech 9 debate that we had. Yes, indeed. I mean, and this is coming from a Tech 9 fan. We definitely appreciate the comments. Brett Peachy.
Brett Peachy, I thought you was a smart guy, man. You say he won, you know. I'll reflect on that tonight. We'll see what happens. But nah, all jokes aside, yeah, it was a good debate. And we want you guys to understand this is a debate show. It's about winning and losing. You know, we consider ourselves professionals and hip-hop historians. But the point of the show is to debate both sides and intellectually and, you know, with respect to all the artists that we name. So join the debate. Artists, buy these beats. I know you like what you're hearing. Right down there in the description shows you how to buy the beats, get an interview, and all the good stuff. Thank you everybody for watching. Thank you everybody for joining up and being with us every night between Tuesday and Friday to get some real hip-hop controversy going.
Stay tuned. We got some good ones coming up.
This week is crazy. Peace.